You thought your picture had froze, didn't you? Well, it's not. You don't get rid of me that easy. Welcome back to Spice and Easy. And if you're a new subscriber, or not a new subscriber, but new at watching the videos, then welcome and subscribe. And click the like button. Click the notification bell. Pass it around. Share it around. The channel, that is. And now then, what we're doing today. Ooh, let's see. We're going to do one of our spice packs. Another one of our favourites here. Now, this is one that you do get a big variation on the taste of this, depending where you go. Pathia, or Pathia, however you want to say it. I'll say Pathia. Now, taste-wise, this one. Pathia, before I tell you what the taste is, Chinese, get it out your head. Get it out your head now, because it's not Chinese. It's got a slightly sweet, sour flavour. Not Chinese, I said. Get it out your head. Now, it's not that gloopy, sweet, sour chicken you get from your Chinese. It's an Indian flavour. Sweet and sour. Not Chinese. Forget the Chinese, alright? That's for a Saturday night after you've been at the pub. Oh, this could be for a Saturday night after you've been at the pub. But it's not Chinese. So, what it is, it's spicy. It's a Madras strength. It does, though, to me, tend to come through a bit more spicy than the standard Madras. And I think that's the sourness. It tends to bring the chili out a bit more. Now, the sweet sour part of it, not Chinese, comes from mango powder, or amchur is the Indian name for it, which has got a slightly sweet sour taste to it, not Chinese. And then you'll be adding some citrus, lemon or lime. I actually prefer lime. I do it everything because I like the freshness of the lime. And there will be a way that I'm going to show you just to add a bit of sweetness to counteract the sour and the hot flavour, and it does really make it a lot better. Just a simple thing to add to it. I'll go through that when we get to the instructions and the ingredients part. The taste of this, as I say, it's a sweet, sour, hot. We do ours. Different restaurants, when you go there, some will do it sour, hot. Some will do it sweet, sour, not Chinese. Will you forget the Chinese? What you say? Stop mentioning it. I can forget it. All right, then. I'll stop mentioning it. Sweet, sour, slightly hot, depending on what strength you're used to. As I say, it's Madras as it comes in the pack. Yes, we're going to be adding chilies. You know us by now. We can do it at different strengths. If you wanted to try the Pathia, let us know. But tell us you want it medium. Tell us you want it mild. Tell us you want it without any chili if you want. And it's a nice flavour to this one. Does go really well with chicken, which is what we're cooking it with. Does work with other meats as well. And it's really, really nice with some big king prawns in it. Ingredients-wise on this pack, it's just herbs, spices. That's it. That's all that's in it. No additives, no colourings, no salt, no sugar, no allergy things in here. There's no mustard, celery, nuts, flour, anything like that in there. It's just herbs and spices. So, you know what's coming, don't you? You can do a diet version of this. Now, you will have to miss out the extra ingredient I'm going to be adding to give you that sweetness. Or you can factor that in if you're dieting. It's not a lot, so you have it on a cheat night, don't you? You can sin it if you're on Slimming World or count the points, whatever the points will be if you're on Weight Watchers. If you're doing a different diet plan, you know how to factor that in. It is worth adding that extra because it does make it a lot better. So, Pathia, sweet, sour, not saying it again, spicy. Let's get on. Let's cook Pathia, the spice and easy way, which you know is easy. And this one is spicy. I'll catch you in a mo. let's go then. Pathia or Pathia. Sweet and sour. Not Chinese. No. Right. Ingredients. Going down your instructions for the ingredients. 1 medium stroke large onion, finely chopped. I've actually used here 2 medium onions because I've finely chopped 1.5, and then because I want a bit more texture of the last half done in big chunks just to give it a bit more. 60 ml cooking oil as usual, just now or nowadays we're using rapeseed oil to spray. 1 spice pack. What do I say? You've not got a spice pack, you've not got a curry. 60 grams of tomato whippy. Hey, look at that. You're get me words out. We're off again. 400 to 500 grams of your chosen meat. I'm using chicken. It's already in the pan, just been sealed. You can use vegetables on this. There will be one coming up on the veggie stroke vegan section on the channel for a vegetarian version, a vegan version. Most of the curries we're doing will be on there, showing you an alternative if you're vegetarian or vegan. Half a pint of water. Now there's a bit more in there because I'm going to use some of it to make the paste. You can use chicken stock or whatever stock you're using for the meat, beef stock, etc., or vegetable stock, which we'll be using when we do the veggie version. 1 tablespoon lemon or lime. I'm actually using lime, as I said before. I do prefer the taste of the lime. And optional extras. What's coming now? Chilies. Yes, you know the chilies are going to be there. Right, I've only put about 4 or 5 in there, finely chopped, because it's Madras strength anyway. Optional, really finely chopped coriander there. Again, if you don't like the coriander, leave it out. If you don't want it hotter than Madras, leave those out. We never leave those out though. Now, what I said before, sweet, sour, not Chinese, sweet, sour, or sour hot, depending where you go. Ours is like a very, very slightly sweet, but it's more on the sour hot side. If you want to really transform this, and it does say it on your instructions, so you ain't going to remember this, 1 teaspoon of honey. Yes, honey. Add that 10 to 15 minutes before you serve, and what that'll do is it'll add some more sweetness, and it's a nice contrast then between the sweet, sour, the hot. Without the honey, it's more on the sour hot side. Ours, the sourness comes from the mango powder and the lime juice, and then, as I say, if you add this honey, it just adds a nice sweetness to it, and it does make it a lot better just by adding that honey. It is worth doing it, even if you're dieting. Factor that in and do add it if at all possible, because you won't believe the difference just adding that to it will do. That's your instructions. That's your ingredients rather. I'm getting tongue-tied again already. You can tell this is the first video I've done this week, and we're getting tongue-tied again. So let's get the onions in the pan, and I'll be back in a mo and we'll start the cooking. Here we go. Onions fried away, nicely done now. Look, just starting to go caramelised, not burnt. I did leave them a bit longer because I want that flavour to come through with the pathia. So that's the onions done. Now on your instructions, as normal, heat the onions, blah blah blah, we've done that. Seal the chosen meat, which I did say I've already done that. Next, as with all the packs, add the spice pack to the softened onions. And goes the spice pack, and then stir, add splashes of water until a smooth paste is formed. Now I'm hoping this picture's okay. We're using the bracket I brought. Let's just move that slightly. There you go. I think you can see that. So I can now use 2 hands, which means I can stop the pan from sliding everywhere. Now this, with the mango powder in it, as well as that sweet sourness, not Chinese sweet sourness, it does make the paste a little bit sticky, because mango powder is that sort of texture when it's cooked. Actually, when it's dry, it does. I've had people, I used to sell it as an individual spice, mango powder. I had people saying, oh, this is old, it's got lumps in it. It's not old, it's new. It's just that mango powder tends to stick together, and it does go into like little lumps, clumps, because of the stickiness of the powder itself. Well, if you've never tried it, it's really nice mango powder. Sprinkle it on eggs, egg mayonnaise, that's the one I was looking for, where you put your boiled eggs and then you put your mayonnaise on top of salad, sprinkle a bit of mango powder on, just gives it a nice flavour. Now again, because of that stickiness, you may not see the glaze. Oh, I forgot, don't have it turned up too high when you add the spices. Why? Together, the spices will burn. I'm sure that camera's moving, you know, I'm sure it is. I put it there because I didn't want the steam to come up and get onto the lens, so I'm hoping it's coming through okay. That is starting to get there, so let's see if we do get the glaze. I'm pretty sure that the mango powder will absorb some of the oil, and again, because I'm using spray oil, you've not got as much as using the 60 mils that it tells you on the recipe. So if you do want a lower fat version, use the spray oil, but you do, or you don't, I should say, or you do not. I could have got out of the jail with that. You do not get the glaze, because that is about right now, and you're not seeing that oil separation because you've not got all that oil in. Does smell nice already. I'll turn this fan off a bit, the extractor, because I'm not sure if you can hear that over me. Can't drown out the sexy voice, can we? So we're about there now on the paste. Nice smooth paste, even without that glaze. The glaze, you can see it's not grainy, no lumps in it. That's all you're after, that nice smooth paste. So once you've done that, next step, add Mr. Whippy, otherwise known as tomato puree, which won't come out. Get out! Nearly, just the last bit. So we're getting the finger in, and we're flicking. Just actually tastes nice as it is tomato puree. I love the stuff. Stir that in. You can tell when you're making this one, compared to the other packs of ours, it's a very different smell, and that's the mango powder coming through. A bit of water just to loosen it. Looking good already, yeah? Come on, don't disagree. I mean, look, sweet and sour. Does that look like Chinese curry? No, it doesn't. I've used a bit more water there than I needed out of the stuff I've got ready. So, we're at the other end of the kitchen. It's right down here. Half a mile to the top. We're coming back. Here we are. Alright, it's not half a mile to the top, but sounded good, didn't it? So that's the paste done. That bit of water added now. Just keep adding that. This one's nearly done. I've splashed, look. Oh, I bet you, you didn't see that on camera. I'll keep quiet. On this one, I've not splashed at all yet. We're about there, look. We're about there. Next stage. Add the lemon juice or the lime juice. As I said, I'm using lime. Oh, it just smells nice as well. Oh, smell, do you know what it reminds me of? Tequila. You know it. I can't remember the combination you do now. You lick the salt, neck it, and suck on a lemon. Is it lick the salt, neck the tequila, and stick the lemon in your chops? I'm sure that's the way you do it. Smelling good. Right, on your instructions. That's it. You leave that to simmer. So my extras that I'm adding, of course, chilies go in. Chilies! Stir them in. You can fry these at the start, which we sometimes do with the onions. Don't make any difference whether you put them in at the start or after, because it's simmering for half an hour, 45 minutes. You're still going to get the same heat out of it. That's that done. In goes the chicken. Juices and all. Not many juices in there though, because I fried it with the spray oil. So again, let's cut down on some of the juice, which does, I suppose, cut down on some of the flavour, because if you add the juices you get more chicken flavour. Smell nice. I smell the chilli coming through now. Fresh chillies. Does that look nice? Hey, it does, doesn't it? It does. Can hear you saying now, looks nice. Might have to get one of them. Well, me and Fiona will be tucking in this later on. I'm going to cook the pilau rice in a bit when I finish recording. If you've not checked that one out, check it out, because it's really, really nice. So, here's Spoony. Done his job again, look. The nicely aged wooden spoon. Not used for stirring. Not that kind of stirring anyway. It's used for this kind of stirring. So now your instructions. Simmer until the sauce has reduced, thickened to the required consistency, and the meat is thoroughly cooked. So what we're going to do, I'm going to simmer this, and what I shall do is probably 10 minutes before I'm ready to serve up, I'm going to put the teaspoon of honey in. I'll taste it at that point, because if I do want a bit more sweetness, obviously it's down to your own preference if you use the honey or how much you use. So I'll put a teaspoon in. If I think I need a bit more sweetness coming through, I'll put 2 teaspoons in, and that'll be it. And then when I've done that, I'll let you know how much honey I have added, and we'll be back and we'll dish up and see the finished product. That looks really, really nice. It does. And before we go, I'm just going to have a little taste of this. As I say, this is really nice with prawns. Oh yes, I'll tell you what, them chilies have added quite a bit of heat to that. That is nice, even now before it's simmered. So I'll stop banging on about how nice it is, because you can't taste it unless you cook one yourself. And we'll be back in a mo. I shall catch you very shortly. That's done. It took 40 minutes. It was actually ready after half an hour, but Fiona's only just got back from being at the pub all day. Again.
Can be arranged.
And so I just added a touch more water. And I did add 1.5 teaspoons of the honey. So I'm now going to add the coriander. Stir that in and then dish it up. If you can hear the panting, the dog's been running around like a nutter outside, and now he can't get his breath. So we'll dish up, not with this one, so there goes Spoony. It does look better with them big chunks of onion as well. Pathia, done with chicken. As I say, there will be a veggie stroke vegan version as well that'll go up, which you don't know you're doing yet.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be going on as well, but that's the meat version. Look at that. Pilau rice, that video's already up, so do check that one out. And that's it. Let's just have a quick taste of this. Really, we ought to, aren't we? Oh yeah, that does add a bit. Now you can taste it, because then you can tell them on final thoughts what you think of it.
That's nice. Zingy.
So, we'll see you in a mo for final thoughts. So, final thoughts. Pathia. Bit floppy, look.
Nothing.
The pack's a bit floppy because the instructions are not in there as well. Now, as I said, you can do a veggie version. We will be doing one. I don't know whether to do a veggie version. That would be nice with fruit as well. Veggie people, vegetarians, would have fruit and stuff in that. I think it'd be nice with mango, pineapple, like the Calypso.
Yeah, maybe.
With the sweet sour taste, not Chinese. So, flavours coming through, sweet, sour, a bit of zinginess, as you'd say,
Yeah.
from the lime. Your thoughts?
A little bit spicy, but not too hot that you can't taste everything else that's in it. You can still taste the other spices and everything. It's lovely.
But there was extra chillies in it as well.
Oh, was there?
Yes.
Oh, it's still
Only about
lovely.
4 or 5, but yeah, it's nice. It does benefit massively from that honey because it adds sweetness to counteract or complement the sour and the hot flavour. So you've got like a sweet, sour, hot.
Don't confuse it with a Chinese sweet and sour though. 'Cause
Oh,
it's not
you'll see
sticky
that.
and,
She's just come in from the pub,
I haven't. I come in from work.
so she's not seen me do the intro.
No.
Sweet, sour, not Chinese.
Yes, not like the Chinese.
A lot of people do when they come to the stall. Oh, I don't want that. I want Indian. It is Indian. It's not the gloopy, sweet, sour you get
No.
with all your MSG and that. It's a different taste altogether. It's a different consistency. It's an Indian curry, but it's got that sweet, sour flavour to it, but not Chinese sweet, sour.
No.
Get it in your heads. I've said it enough. Madras strength. Ours is hotter because we put more chilies in it. It does, to me, as I said on the intro, come through a bit more spicy than the Madras anyway. Because I think that sourness brings the heat out.
Could be.
You like it, don't you?
Yeah, it's lovely.
And what do we like in a Pathia?
Prawns.
Told
What have
you.
we got?
Told you.
Chicken.
Yeah, we've got chicken in it, but
Gonna budget.
big king prawn. It costs a fortune. And as I say, ingredients, just herbs and spices. Actually, I say it says ingredients, herbs, spices. There's very, very few herbs in this. It's mainly spices. And no allergies. Vegetarian friendly. Vegan friendly. Diet friendly, if you miss the honey out. But you
Put
could
the
put
honey
it in.
but you could measure it.
It's not going to be massive. So that's it. Pathia, another one of our favourites. Buy it, try it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah,
Pinch your
we
words.
will be doing. We will be doing. So that's it for now. Yeah, she's not falling for it anymore. Bye. And that's it. We'll catch you on a later video. There is, if you're watching these in chronological order, as today's big word, when we recorded them, the next video up, if you've seen the post on Facebook, she's cooking veggie stroke vegan Rogan Josh. And that will be going up on, when did I say?
I don't know, but I've forgotten.
I'll make you on it.
Yeah.
It's, what day is it today? It is Tuesday. This is coming up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be the Rogan Josh.
Okay.
Veggie stroke vegan. And then a taste test Saturday, but we don't know what we're doing yet. We've got to have a ferret round the places, shops, supermarkets, see what we think's worthy. And that's it. Waffled enough again.
Bye.
And all.
No.
We'll catch you later. Bye for now.
Bye.